Good afternoon, morning, or evening, wherever you are watching this. Shut up. So, we were not scheduled to do it today. That Penguins logo looks awful. Look at the glare! Anywho, we were not supposed to do another video today. But, there's a couple things that's been happening. Free agency is unofficially started. The UFA market hasn't opened up. However, the RFA market and what is happening there has, in terms of who's getting contracts in RFAs and stuff like that. And a lot of trades has happened on that. There's a bunch of trades that I want to talk about that we won't get to talk about this time. But that's okay.
We'll get to it in a podcast or something like that.
So,
it'll be covered.
We're going to talk about two main trades here. Max Domi for Josh Anderson Max Domi and a third for Josh Anderson, and Matt Murray for what was the
guy's name? There's something in a second rounder. I can't remember the guy's name. Gruber or something?
Jonathan Gruden and the 52nd pick. So we're going to talk about the Max Domi one first.
Oh boy.
Why?
That's
why the hell did they... why would they make this trade?
It doesn't make any sense. Now,
this entire trade doesn't make sense. And I'm just going to think about it while you close that door, because you didn't soundproof anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
He opens the door, and he thinks I'm not going to yell now? What the hell?
Oh, it's alright. It's fine.
But,
just keep it going.
Here's my question. I actually, for the record, think that Marc Bergevin has done a lot better than what people give him credit for. A lot of people were crapping all over Marc Bergevin, but you know what? The Tatar, Pacioretty's Pacioretty, but Pacioretty was never going to stay in Montreal, and so trading him away and getting at least a solid guy in Tatar back, solid. Picking up Ben Sherrod at free agency, solid.
And
look back on the Subban Weber trade. Solid. Domi for Galchenyuk. Solid. And this is the problem. They won that trade, in my opinion. Even drafting Kotkaniemi and as well as having Suzuki in the system, they both look fine.
Yeah, one thing I am going to say when it comes to Tatar is that, when Detroit first traded him to Vegas, he really was not showing that much.
You know why they traded him? Because they got a first, second, and a third for him.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, get back on track here. The Domi trade doesn't make sense to me. Because, yes, I understand that Montreal has a lot of depth up the middle. But, I don't see Domi as a guy that you need to trade. Domi's in this position where... And he signed for $5.2 million. What the hell? We signed Dylan DeMello for $3 million, and he's a stay-at-home defenseman.
That was a good signing.
That's the price for a goal scorer like Domi? 5.2? That's chump change in the market.
Yeah, he signed...
Chump change!
That's
2
years?
That's half a Panarin! What the hell?
Yeah, I'm... It's funny now. I heard that now TSN put this up now. I think they took it down after. There was something about how apparently Domi was golfing with
Josh Anderson.
With Josh Anderson.
Apparently. Although TSN, by the way, TSN just happens to let you know when people are hanging out.
they follow.
Newsflash: Tyson Barrie happened to say the word Toronto when he was at coffee on the day he was traded to Toronto. I bet freaking PK Subban was looking in the travel guide for Nashville residents when he just happened to trade to freaking Nashville. No. These don't get me wrong, it's a cool story if it's true, but I don't know, if you took it down, there's a chance it ain't true, and you just were hey, this would be cool.
I think they took it down, I'm not sure. But,
Josh Anderson.
Somebody commented if they're both wearing their team sweaters, they should just switch sweaters.
And here's why and don't get me wrong, I understand. I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt and see where they're coming from. And I think Montreal's angle in this is we are going to lose center depth in the expansion draft, so let's just trade him away, not for nothing. But my problem with that, and I think they wanted to do that because they knew, Domi signed a 2-year deal, we now know, with Columbus for $5.2 million. He signed a 2-year deal. I guarantee that's a kind of wait and improve, we'll see type thing.
Like a bridge deal?
Yes. It's an unofficial bridge deal because it's just 2 years there. But, I think he's, signing it because it's a wait and we'll see if you deserve more, which, to be fair, he probably should have in the first place. 2 years is good, though, for him because right now the cap space in general is going to hell because there's no improvement.
Change. No change.
Which sucks for guys on the market. So I can see this happening where guys want a shorter deal, then wait for the market to improve, and then they get a more exorbitant rate. Now the problem is then, if you're saying, oh, I need to get rid of center depth for something before Seattle takes it, why the hell are you throwing in 3rd-round picks? They should have given you a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, and actually...
You gave them the best guy in the deal! Anderson plays on the 3rd line! On Columbus! Do you know how bad the offense is on Columbus? They are a defensive team. If they had any offense, they'd play up. It's Atkinson, the ghost of Artemi Panarin, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Oliver Bjorkstrand every 2 weeks that he shows up. That's it. There's no, oh man. When they were talking about Columbus being in on the Line A sweepstakes. By the way, I don't want anyone on the Line A sweepstakes except Winnipeg. Not the point. They were talking about giving away defensive prospects because the Columbus Blue Jackets, I don't know if anybody told you, has a decent defense. It's why they beat Toronto in 5 games. It's not because they outscored the Toronto Maple Leafs with freaking
killer offense.
With Nathan Gerby. No. They suck to play against. They have a good goaltending tandem on two names that are really tough to say. I was thinking of that third. Remember that third goalie? They have 2 goalies from Lithuania, which I believe is, or Latvia, which either or is already half the population is playing for the Blue Jackets.
That hurt to say.
No, there's Merzlikis and there's but yeah,
somebody voted him to win the Vezina.
Yeah, that's. You know when they say 99 out of 100 people are such and such, that person goes into the category on Family Feud, where you get to the fifth answer in the category, and you're just well, there's no good answers up there, but what did 3 idiots have to say on the street? What is the best thing to drive home? I'm gonna go with a scooter. Great, thanks, Greg. Yep, we'll put you down. 6th answer.
Sneakers.
No, I don't know. It's not. Josh Anderson can be okay on the Canadians, but I don't know.
And it's one of those things where if
he's definitely going to cost less.
You were talking about Montreal's trades. You were talking about the Subban deal. And,
we hated the Subban deal when it came out.
And what other deals has Bergman made again?
Subban deal, the deal that even Max Domi trade.
Yeah,
the one that sticks out like a sore thumb though, that he whiffed on, was Duran for Sergachev. Yeah. Because Duran he's developed, but he's only developed into a middle 6 guy. And when he's that young and he's only a middle 6er, and you had so much potential for him, because it really matters how much certain guys had potential, and Duran had potential, but you have done nothing with it.
And one thing I'm going to say, and this was kind of my opinion on the Tatar deal and the Subban deal, which is one of those things where when the trade happens, when Pacioretty went to Vegas, it seemed wow, Montreal's losing a lot. And then when they had their deal with Subban, where they gave away Subban, they're what the hell are they doing? Weber's too old. It's one of those things where at first it seems like this is terrible.
But the difference is, though, with
now,
that deal...
I don't think
that
Josh
Subban-
Anderson...
Here's the difference, though. The difference in that deal was Subban had a huge contract that he still hasn't lived up to, even to this day. How much does he get paid?
Oh, he's getting paid a lot.
Is it more than 10?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Is it like 8? It's
like that.
bad.
It's not good.
Like, that's why I say be careful. But anyway, another point. The difference is, though, is we know what Max Domi's making. He's making almost half that. Like, he's almost making, like, half of that. A bit more, but he's...
Yeah.
Like, it's affordable as hell. And, like, I see Montreal as a fringe playoff team right now. But, like, I see a bunch of teams like that,
that's
though.
pretty
I
much
see a
how they
bunch of teams like that. There's no... They're not one of the powerhouses. They're guys that are developing, which could mean they could do better, but, you know.
Yeah,
Overall, I'd say Columbus wins that deal.
Yeah, without question.
So, do you want to talk on the next one right now?
I'm gonna be honest with this.
You
Matt Murray
start
deal.
first.
With this Matt Murray deal, I don't like this for Pittsburgh.
Go on.
I don't think for the goaltender that Matt Murray has been and what he is capable of being, and it's one of those things where I'm not sure if he's going to be able to come back fully to what he was, but I feel like they could have gotten a bit more, especially since, like, for example, like, what did Detroit get back when they traded away Mrazek? I'm trying to remember here. They got back quite a bit, didn't they?
Did they, or did he go in free agency?
No, he didn't go in free agency. They traded him. They traded him to, here, I'm recording.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
You just go on to what you were saying, and I'll tell you what it was traded for.
Yeah, I don't think that the return is quite enough for Pittsburgh. Now, I could be wrong, but
So,
I think this is a nice move by
Mrazek
Ottawa.
was traded to the Flyers.
Yes, yeah, that's what it
By
was.
the
And
Red Wings.
who did they get? They got some picks.
He can be he became an RFA. They
You know, there's at least a second and a third.
for a conditional 4th round pick in 2018 and a conditional 3rd round pick in 2019. That was
There's
it.
no second? Oh, I thought there was a second rounder.
Maybe the conditional changed it.
Maybe that's
Anyway,
why
you were saying.
I never really liked the deal for the most part, just because I actually quite like Mrazek, and he just kind of seemed like a younger Howard. But
Oh, great! A younger Jimmy Howard.
yeah.
Just what we need. Just what any team needs.
You know what? Hey,
You know what I need?
You know what?
I need a floundering goaltender like Jimmy Howard, but one that's younger and gives me twice
you
as
know
much
what?
hope.
And you know
No!
what? You know what?
Jimmy Howard's a
Two-
bust. You heard it
two-
here first.
2 years ago, he was at the All-Star game. So
Oh, great.
and
you
he
know
actually
what?
played pretty well. So
Oh, he played great at the All-Star game.
Pretty-
Yeah, because
no.
the All-Star game is the pinnacle of human achievement in terms of trying hard. Thomas Hurdle was the last MVP, or should have been, is what I heard, of the All-Star game. He should have been at least. He got like 4 goals. But
I
like,
don't
there's
remember
a
this.
reason there's a reason that they just like say,
considering
here,
the team
take
is on,
a car.
he had a solid season.
You get paid, like here, All-Stars, who probably make $8 million. Guess what? You win a car.
yeah.
Holy Jesus! A new sedan. Holy moly!
Yeah.
I can't wait to drive this out and leave the Lamborghini at home. No, they don't try. So don't tell me he played good in the All-Star game. John Gibson got lit the hell up in the All-Star game, but he's still a solid goalie. Like that has
Yeah.
no.
No, I didn't say
no
he played good in the
turnover.
All-Star game. I said he made it to the All-Star game, but he actually played good during the season. Now, I'm not going out there and saying he's a great goaltender, but I'm saying maybe hold off on
so
him
now
a little.
now on Matt Murray.
Let's
Back
hear,
to Murray.
Let's hear more on your opinion of this deal.
I think people thought I was gonna hate this more than I did. Like, okay, you know what? For argument's sake, let's throw
you
out
just
the
want to
pros.
give JR a break, don't you?
No, I don't, because he's a senile old man, and if he ever remembered any of the players' names, he'd agree with me. Let's just, for argument's sake, give the pros and cons to this deal for both sides. So, for Ottawa, I don't really have many cons. Like, if you're the Ottawa Senators, Ottawa Senators, no. Anderson was getting, we knew ahead of time Anderson was getting let go.
No, but I said they lost Anderson, so it's good to...
Oh no, we lost Craig Anderson.
Yeah, that's not, well, I'm saying is that...
The former Bill Masterton Award winner. He did deserve it that year, but he's not that good right now. He kind of sucks. What? Like, I see Anders Nielsen as the backup there. And if you ask if there's any other goalie, there is, but his name is Mike Condon, and that name is taboo in Ottawa Senators organization, and he knows why. No, because if you're the Ottawa Senators, you have picks to burn. Like, you're a fun Jew with his bar mitzvah money. You have all the time in the world, and you're like, I can spend some here, I can spend some here. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying they like to spend money. If they get money, I do the same. Oh, this is gonna get taken down.
Oh yeah, this is gonna get demonetized.
No, I don't mean it in a disrespect way, and I feel like I shouldn't have to say it that much. Otherwise, it's disrespectful in the first place. But still, just they have stuff to burn here. They have so much room to start for the future. They pretty much drafted a team. This draft, they have 16 picks. And, like, you know what? They can throw some away. They had 16. They had 3 in the first. But anyway, no, they had picks to burn. And throwing it away for Matt Murray is solid. You know what? And that's okay. Now, here's the downside. Matt Murray won 2 Stanley Cups in his first 2 years. Okay, cool. And then there was some problems. Matt Murray is made of glass. You can, like, and I almost want to say prove me wrong, but, like, come on. Let's like, this is the thing. When we look at a trade nowadays, we want to ask who won. Who won this trade? And right away, I was looking at the comments. I'm like, oh, fleeced, Ottawa fleeced. No! This is a solid trade back and forth. Honestly. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know what'll come of these prospects. But you know what? At least the fact that you fucking have prospects now, JR, is an improvement. Granted, he's in the 3rd round. But you know what? It's better than him not existing.
Gives 1 year development.
Now,
trade him for a pick.
Yeah.
He's too old.
He's too goddamn
too old.
But you know what? Like, the thing is that Ottawa's getting a guy who's not the same as he was. Actually, analytics have him as the 2nd worst goaltender in the NHL in terms of saves, like goals expected. Yeah. But you know what? Like, he'll probably have a bounce back year. But you know what? It'll be tough because he's on the Senators now. And don't get me wrong, the Senators have a bright future. Yeah. That future doesn't start this year. Yeah. No, it doesn't. No. And for the record, the Senators are rebuilding, but they're not it's not like the New York Rangers, which was a rebuild on steroids. They just happened to get 2 top goaltending prospects in Georgiev and Shesterkin just show up in their system one day. They got given a gift Rangers? By a blossoming Tony DeAngelo, Adam Fox, and even
I was surprised at the Rangers because when I saw them make that trade and did they trade for Panarin or did they sign him?
No, they signed him.
When they signed Panarin, I thought like, okay, I thought they were cheating the rebuild process, and I was just kind of concerned there. Now
they're just reinventing it.
Now,
but anyway,
right now
I think
it's quite interesting.
But here's the thing. I will say, though, you now have said, oh, look, a cute puppy. Oh, I'll name it Tristan Jarry. Oh, look, it's so goddamn cute. Let's bring it to the dog fighting ring! You brought this boy, you raised him, and you've said, it's time to be a man, son. You've sent him to the Wolves. Because you do not have a goalie after that.
He's being conscripted.
They're talking about the Penguins being interested in signing a veteran goalie. Well, you know what the thing is about veteran goalies? They're usually not as good as they were in their prime because they're vets. Goaltending can have sometimes a real inconsistency to it. If you pick up a guy like Braden Holtby has secretly been garbage ever since winning the Stanley Cup. He has played in front of it, like, he has not been an X Factor. And at this point in time, if you are Jim Rutherford, you need an X Factor goaltender. Is it going to be Tristan Jarry? Maybe. It might not be, though. And if it isn't, oh, hot diggity damn, are you in trouble? Granted, you did buy out Jack Johnson. Solid.
Yeah.
Good pick. Good decision. He should never have been on the ice. He was bad. But you've now made it so you have thrown Tristan Jarry into a sink or swim situation. And if anyone's wondering or thinking, well, Zach, goalies always have to be put in sink or swim situations to really succeed. No, they don't. No, they don't. Connor Hellebuck was not put in a sink or swim situation. He was gifted a terrible veteran goalie next to him in Steve Mason, which made him get better and move on past that. But you know what? Connor Hellebuck became the guy when he did it. Tristan Jarry looks okay, but he was not the guy. It was always, let's just wait for Matt to come home. He's outside, hurting. Let's just wait for him. But and a better situation, I would say. Although that being said, this example probably isn't fair, because it's probably the best goaltending situation at all. The Nashville Predators probably have done the best job of handling talent in the goaltending position.
And they just picked up another one.
Yeah, they did. Because, and you know why? Because Pekkarinen is on his way out.
And you know what? And they said
this kid will not play this year. He won't. Pekkarinen will play with Saros.
And you know
Saros is the guy, and then after that, Askarov is the guy.
I think Rene's got one more year. And then after that, they're gonna give a try for Saros. We're gonna see how that goes. And this goalie, they were saying this group of goalies.
He looks as good. Well, not
apparently they're saying this is the best since the.
He says he looks like yeah, he's the best since Carey Price. Which Carey
Price, which
the way his team is looking, he's gonna have to be as good as Carey Price because Nashville looks weird to me. We're not gonna talk about that though, because that's another video.
It's been an interesting route.
Oh, it has been for sure. Same as Minnesota.
It's ups and downs.
But no, honestly, I see pros and cons to this trade. I think if you're Ottawa, you're okay with it because you know what? Even if Matt Murray isn't great, the thing is that you're not making the playoffs for at least 1, maybe 2 years. You might make it in 2. You might be a fringe pick to be in 2, but you're not making it next year because you just don't. You have young talent, but you don't have anybody who's gonna win games for you. You have guys that are gonna make noise but not win games. So, take it as you will. If you're a Sens fan, that probably sucks to hear, although you're probably used to hearing things that suck to hear at this point.
You know
so,
what?
It's okay.
For Ottawa fans, they got to feel good at least about that, knowing that they got all these picks that they made. They're getting some younger players and stuff.
Yeah.
They're built. They're gonna have a solid team in a few years. Just not quite yet.
They should have made JR throw in a 7th. I don't know if JR has any 7th round picks, but just for shits and giggles.
You're taking away my good prospect.
You're taking away my good prospect.
How dare you?
He's gonna be the next Jack Johnson. No, but I think honestly that about covers it for today.
Yeah, pretty much.
We will have a podcast we'll be doing, which will actually cover a lot of the more things that we've been missing. I would like to look at
signings.
Devin Dubnyk, Ryan Donato, Nick Bonino. A lot of Central Division stuff has happened. Some minor signings like Spezza, Mulligan, all that stuff. Yeah, we'll get back to you guys on pretty much on the weekend, and we'll see where we go from there. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.